Yes, 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 come on. Last one, Hills for London, baby. One more 3-minute rep to go. All right, here we go, week 19. It's Friday today and we've got a tasty workout. But before that, I've got another week to explain very quickly before we jump into today's workout. 15-minute warm up, heading up to the usual spot. I'll see you there and we'll explain how the week's been. There we go, that will do for the warm up, just over 15 minutes. So before we roll into today, let's talk about this week so far. Started with a 60-minute moderate, as I do every week, and that was tiring. I won't lie, it was hard. I felt fatigued. I'm going to talk a little bit about that at the end, about how I'm switching things up a bit, because I had a good chat with Coach Will in the week, and yeah, we're going to be changing things slightly. Tuesday session, really good session, fast on Cloudboom Echo 3s with a shoe of choice, and overall it went really well. I love that shoe, and I'm already starting to dial in at 19 weeks out the shoes that I really want to use during this block, the shoes that I feel don't give me any grief whatsoever. They make me feel good, they make me recover well, and the On Cloudboom Echo 3s have always been a favourite, but I kind of came off the back of that workout running some of the fastest paces I've ever run and feeling as fresh as a daisy, and that's really important to me. Hello, squirrel. So that was Tuesday, and then Tuesday evening, the double day, that was a nice easy double. Car coming past, I think that was like 45 minutes, nice and easy around Lydney. Saw Matt and Kelly doing their sessions that night, so that was great. Wednesday, this is where the trouble started. Another moderate run, and I just felt like the moderate was too much to go. A moderate Monday session, Tuesday morning, easy Tuesday evening, moderate Wednesday. I was just too fatigued. It's too hard. I struggled last week, I struggled this week, and it's creating too much fatigue. I suffered on the long run last week. I just couldn't get going after that, and the session was the first day this week that I actually felt decent. So after speaking to Coach Will, what I'm going to do is, instead of resting Thursday, I'm going to rest Wednesday and do the moderate on the Thursday to give me a day's recovery after the session. I feel like that's going to make the world of difference. It's what I was doing in the summer with 10k training, having the Wednesday off. When we get into deep marathon training, I'll be having the Thursday off and doing like a medium long run Tuesday, and then the session Wednesday, and then rest Thursday, and that's fine, that works well. But at the moment, with the intensity that we're at, it's too much to chuck a moderate the day after the sesh. So that's the plan, or that's how the week's been so far. And overall, bar feeling a bit rubbish on the Wednesday run, got to be honest with you, felt decent on the sesh. So that'll bring us on to today, and behind me up here, if I move my arm there, the green gate, that's where we're going to start today's session. What I'll do is I'll let Will jump in and explain what we have.
Right then, Mr. Very Night, you catch me as I am heading back from the very warm and sunny Tunisia. Week one, very solid. Two things that came out of that week. First one was you felt a bit cooked on the Wednesday after doing the sessions and then trying to do another steady with the ATP hills. We'll assess that again this week. We'll try and keep it going. It might just be that we're changing the intensity of our running, so we haven't necessarily built up volume in terms of mileage. It just could be we're changing the kind of mileage that you're doing, and it just takes a little time to adapt. You've had a big block of doing decent work, but not super specific hard work, and we've moved into that now, so it could just be a little bit of conditioning. We'll assess it again this week. The other thing that came out of it was the recoveries between your reps, which we go through every time. Keep them slower, dude. A slightly slower recovery doesn't need to be like 7-minute miling. It's not a recovery. It just means you can hit those reps a lot better and a lot harder. But this week, clean slate, we go again. So your two main sessions, you've got on the Tuesday 4 sets of 4 minutes, 90, 30, off 90 seconds, 75 seconds and 60 seconds. And then later on in the week, we've got the beast workout. So you've got a 10-minute tempo, followed by a 3-minute rest, and then we've got 5 sets of 3-minute hills. They don't have to be 3 minutes whole continuous. It could be like 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, and then a flat section. But the point is, there's got a very, very large section of hill, and then if you have to go up and over the hill, you keep pushing up and over the hill. It will just mean you hit hills in races a lot better than everybody else. I've noticed this when I've done these before, and I've had to race people in London, and you can tell the people who work and live in central London, because anything that has anything more than an incline of 1% for 10 meters, they're cooked and done. So I hope you have a good week. Let me know how it goes, keep me in the loop, and I'll see you back in the UK.
So the way I'm going to play this is, if you saw last week's episode, you know that I had an 8-minute tempo at the start, but today's 10. So I'm going to tempo from the start of the Green Gate. The hill that I complained about last week is going to be just a blip in the ocean. That's going to be just past midway of the tempo. And at that point, when I crest over the hill, there is a crossroads, and that crossroads goes down and up, and that's the hill I'm going to be running up and down. So I'm going to keep going past that point, turn down, do a little loop, and try and finish my 10-minute tempo at the base of that hill. And then I'm going to be doing my 3-minute hill repeats up, and then an easy jog back down. It's going to be interesting to see how we do. I've got a 3-minute rest after the 10 minutes, so it gives me a chance to jog to the start of the bottom of the hill, hopefully, if I've got this course right, and we'll see how we do. So I'm going to walk up to the Green Gate now, and let's get on with this. Come on, Green Gate, give us some luck today. Let's have a good one. Here we go. Start with 10-minute tempo. Okay, I don't have enough time to do the loop I wanted, so I've come up that hill that I mentioned, got to the crossroads, and I'm flying down now the hill that we're going to be doing the reps up. I got to the crossroads at 7.5 minutes, and there's no way that I can keep going that way and all the way around and get to the bottom of the hill in time, so just having to tempo downhill, which I don't like. It's a bit cheating, but the hill reps are the important part of this. I'll keep putting the effort in down here. It's gonna be tough. There we go. Green Gate to Green Gate. That was decent. So GPS is doing me dirty today, flying down that hill, and I think I went from like 5:42 per mile to 5:51. It was just dancing around all over the place. I think it finished around 5:46. So I'm gonna have to not pay too much attention to the watch today, but I feel good. I was moving fast. So yeah, now 15 minutes of uphill work. All right, 10 seconds to go. Let's do this, going all the way up here. 3 minutes. Let's do this. 3, 2, 1. Boom. All right, there's a Green Gate. Let's turn. Let's go for number 2. Ah, here we go again. Back to the Green Gate. Number 3. Turn and let's go. Here we go, number 4. Yes, 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 come on. Last one, Hills for London, baby. Hills for London. One more, can't get my words out. One more 3-minute rep to go. Green Gate, turn around, blast up the hill. Oh, holy crap. 6:09 for that last one. What a way to finish. So 4 and 5 are a little bit quicker then, which is great. Paced it how I like to pace workouts in general. Start strong, finish stronger. Didn't go out too hard clearly, even though I thought after the third rep this was the best I was going to get. So to clock those last two is amazing. Really happy with that. I get way more satisfaction from that type of workout than I do from a Fast Tuesday one. That is strength, and that's what we're going to need for London. So legs are like jelly now, but I feel on top of the world. Get a 15-minute cool down done and we'll wrap this one up. So there we go, back at the office. What a session that was. Really happy with that. I just want to show you a couple of things that made me even more happy when I've got back and had a look at it. So it looks like if I roll my mouse onto here, we're starting around 490-ish foot, and then we're finishing around 607, 608-ish. So we're covering about 115, 120 odd foot, there or thereabouts per hill rep. So yeah, really happy with that. And to run the paces that I ran, I just, yeah, it blew my mind. If I go into, I think, is it segments or is it laps? If I go into laps, the gap pace is what really excites me because I really worked hard. You can see the tempo there, 5:45, 5:46, whatever. The rep, the first one, 6:16, 5:04. That's, I'm not sure why that's any different. That's because it reckons I climbed a little bit more from the start. I didn't, so there's something going on there. Oh, it tells me here, 120 foot, 124, 128, 132. So yeah, 6:17, 5:23 gap pace, 6:18, 5:20, 6:10, 5:14, 6:09, 5:11, and gap pace, for anyone that doesn't know, grade adjusted pace. So it's basically, if you flatten that off, what pace would you be running? So that makes me really happy. I'm really surprised at that. So overall, yeah, a really solid session. As I said at the time, one of those ones where I feel more accomplished doing that than I did the speed session earlier in the week. So that means that's 2 really solid sessions banked this week. Just a long run to go, and I'm keeping everything up to date on the FOD Runner website. So go to fodrunner.com if you don't have Strava. You can go on there, have a look. I'm documenting all my training there, so it's in a blog post. You can see what I'm doing. Hopefully it'll be as up to date as it can be. And yeah, appreciate you guys sticking around to the end of the video. Just really buzzing with this one, hoping that come the time where we get to this specific marathon training, I'm just going to feel really strong. Every workout in this block so far, in this first 2 weeks, despite me feeling the fatigue of the moderate runs and what I was explaining earlier in the week, I've managed to get myself in a position where every time I'm sessioning, I'm having a good session, and at the end of the day, that's what counts. That's where I'm getting bang for my buck at the moment. And when we move into marathon training, obviously intensity will just come down a tiny bit, but obviously the volume will go up. So we've got to get the most out of these first 4 to 6 weeks while we can. So we'll leave it there, guys. Appreciate you guys sticking around to the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, please do consider giving it a like. Subscribe to the channel for weekly running content. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Until then.